Starting off with a good chug. A 2019 chug. What up, Stokers? This is Chad K coming in with the Going Deep with Chad JT podcast. I'm here with my compadre, John Thomas. What up?
Boom, clap, Stokers.
Welcome to 2019, my dogs. Welcome. It's here.
Dude, do you have any resolutions?
My resolution, I did want to talk about this. My resolution is to feel good all the time.
Dude, nice.
Yeah.
It's like specific and general.
Yeah.
Mine is to have a big 2019.
Nice. That's also general and kind of specific.
Yeah.
What? But yeah, those are probably similar.
I think so.
Yeah.
Wait, what was yours again?
Feel good all the time.
Yeah.
I think you can turn it into a discipline.
Right, because you're making a game of it. I think that's
Yeah.
super smart.
Yeah.
You have to make games of everything because then it kind of makes it more fun.
Yeah.
If it's a game, it can be fun all the time.
Yeah. First thing I'm doing every time I get in the car, first song I listen to, Walking on Sunshine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm scared for you. I feel like after 6 months, you're going to be like a serial killer listening to that every day.
Yeah, I'll probably get bored of it like in a week.
Yeah.
But right now it feels good.
Dude, I do the same thing. I pump the same jam every day. I'm listening to this song "Burnout" by Midland, this country band that I saw on New Year's, and like, I don't even know why, but something about it just like gets me going.
Yeah. You got to utilize music to like make you feel good, I think.
Yeah, weaponize it.
But yeah, I
Tactical
think
deployment.
because I think every time I feel good, good things happen.
That's true, dude. I do think having good vibes really does lead to better results.
Yeah.
Except if you're in like a Holocaust situation.
Yeah, well, it's all about how you look at it.
But even Viktor Frankl in Man's Search for Meaning, I think he said like he thinks he survived it because he had like hey, anything could happen. The only thing I can handle is my attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's all you have control over, I guess.
Yeah.
It's tough though, things happen and you're like, you'll be feeling good, then things happen and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
This is harder than I thought.
Yeah, to have a good attitude.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing with death. I'm like, I just don't think I'm going to have a good attitude about it. I think I'm going to be like, no, this sucks.
It would probably be the coolest thing that's ever happened.
Dude, that's awesome. If you can make it fun,
yeah,
I'll be stoked for you.
You could be like on
You'll
like
change everything.
Yeah, you could be like on your deathbed, like, fuck yeah. Transitioning into the next phase, and then you're just born again. You're like, shit, I'm back here.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, I think Darwin had like a good, like, some guys have good like closing lines. Like I think Darwin's like last thing was he told his wife, he's like, hey, it's really nice to be taken care of by you.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then Che Guevara told the people who were shooting him, he said, hey, why are you nervous? You're just about to shoot a guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's beast.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. You're like, bitch.
That guy had like, Che Guevara is definitely one of those guys who's like, I live in a movie.
Yeah.
My life is a movie, and my movie is a badass action movie.
I love that mindset, dude. I want to try and, because I was hear Joe Rogan talk about that. I'm like, I want to try and implement that.
That's like Tom Cruise too. He's got that mindset.
Yeah, beast.
How was your holidays?
Pretty good. I was went to New Orleans, drank on Bourbon Street, went to Santa Fe, to checking out Santa Fe, and then I went to Sun Valley, Idaho.
Interesting.
To ski. I went to 3 different locations.
Dude, you're one of the rare people. I think you have more fun sober than you do effed up.
Yeah, maybe.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, but I do love getting fucked up.
It is fun.
But then I get hungover, and I'm like, damn, like I wish I was like clear.
Right, dude. Hangovers are nasty.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. I don't vibe well.
Yeah,
because it takes me away from my goal. I don't feel good.
I had that one episode where I was like, dude, I blacked out and I was an asshole. And I think I've actually been better at being drunk and not being an asshole. But I will say, I'm maybe having 10% lower of a cap on having fun.
Yeah.
Because sometimes to have that extra fun, you got to get into the I might look like an asshole realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it shakes out, and sometimes you upset people.
You gotta take risks for big rewards.
There it is, homie.
Yeah. How were your holidays?
It's good, dude. My family's awesome. I mean, there was definitely some chaos, know, as is our thing. It's not that bad, but like my mom, I just had the most beautiful conversation with her for like 30 minutes. She's so cool. She just like gets things, I feel like.
Yeah.
But there was one night on Christmas, my brother and I were arguing. She came out to get a pee. She's like, what are you arguing about? Tell me.
Yeah.
She was a little lit up too. And we were like, my brother and I both just were like, get away. Yeah. And we walked away from her.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're going to fight independent of you, which is weird that we had that teamwork while we were fighting. And then we got into an Uber to go to a bar, and my mom tried to block the Uber.
Yeah.
And I told the driver pretty calmly, I was like, go around. And he got it all on his GoPro. My mom's like in the background. She's like, what the fuck? How dare you?
That's hilarious. Go around. Who is that? I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's like, I was like, that's my mom. She's pissed, but it's not gonna go anywhere. I was like, we got to get out of here. It's better if we get out. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then it was great hanging out with my dad, dude. We're like so tight now because of the, I mean, we always loved each other a lot, but it clarifies stuff when, when he's going through what he's going through with the pancreatic cancer. And then, we just had great talks and stuff. And he's an animal.
That's cool.
You feel like you're shot out of a cannon when you're with him. I get super horny. I am not good at keeping my porn sobriety when I'm around him, but he understands it. My dad's so weird. It's like, I was thinking about this. I'm like, Dad, I'm really stressed out. I'm gonna have to take a bath and probably masturbate. He's like, all right, yeah, go take care of it. I'll talk to you soon.
Dude, yeah, I being around my family, I'm just like, man, these people are intense.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, like my dad will be like, or like one of my siblings will be like, they're like, Chad, you seem so much more chill than everyone else in the family. My brother Mark, he's like, he's intense. And I'm like, yeah, you get me, dude.
You are.
I am intense.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's just like a beast within.
You do it with a smile, dude. I was watching the Defiant ones before I came here, and they were all talking about Jimmy Iovine, and he reminded me of you because they were like, yeah, he's like, he acts all happy and chipper, but in his like guts, he's about like blood and bones and like carnage.
I'll be like smiling, listening to Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But that's the thing about holidays, especially when you have like intense family members like you know, and like me. It's just like, it's a lot of like, in Sun Valley there were like 20 people, so it's just a lot.
Yeah, and
coming in.
And I think our families are amongst the top rank of intensity, but I feel like everyone, like especially with your family, because you're so similar but you're also so different. You know what I mean? And then there's all those dynamics that exist where it's like you listen to your older brother, but at a certain age you're like, I listen to you and your opinion means the world to me, but like I also am an adult now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's that friction in like figuring out how to adjust to that new thing. Yeah. And then it's just like, what that means is rams hitting their heads in the wild. Yeah.
I feel like we've transcended the time from when the holidays are like awesome to when they become work.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Like at a certain amount of time, you mean?
Yeah, like I don't even have a family yet, and that's like a whole different level of work.
Whoa.
But you enjoy yourself, but then you're just like, I don't know, dude. You know, because like when I was a kid, like I wanted presents so bad, you know, and now I'm just kind of like,
I don't like getting presents. I don't want to get. I like getting presents, but I don't want to get presents if it means I have to give them. I'd rather we just do away with the whole tradition. Not to be a Grinch, but that's where I'm at. Yeah,
I do enjoy. I love giving presents. I give my dad a photo of me in a cowboy hat.
That's hilarious.
He's like, from one narcissist to another. I'm like, touche.
That's awesome. Yeah. Dude, I got my dad a $100 gift certificate to Cinnabon.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we should get those.
Those are good.
For the reps.
What do you mean?
Remember you mentioned getting those for the reps?
Oh, getting Cinnabon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, because I'll do ads for them for free. I think that's a great product, even though I have it like once a year.
No, I mean for our reps.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Sending it to our agent. Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't hear this and it spoils the surprise. If you do, Andrew, dine in, dog.
I hope you're eating one right now.
Yeah, I hope it's in your mouth, bro.
Yeah, just melting. Yeah. It smells so good.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the Christmas thing for you is that like I think the thing that brings you the most joy is like making stuff. Yeah. And so when you're at Christmas, like you're not supposed to be making stuff, even though you can do like videos and whatnot. Yeah. It's like it's not. I mean, I did it a little bit with my family, but you're not gonna push your family to make videos the way you like we'd push each other. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Makes you think about retirement. You know what I mean?
Sounds slow to you? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see you retiring. No. I see you being full stoke force. 98 years old.
It's just a continual journey of maximizing stoke.
But you'll look exactly like this.
Thank you.
You'll be like Dorian Gray or something like that, and I'll be like that. There's some dude who's like hilarious, and I'll be that dude.
No, dude, I feel like you'll look the same too.
Oh, really?
I think you've looked the same. I feel like you've looked the same since high school.
I hope so. Yeah.
You look like it.
I don't want to get one of those double heads that people from high school get, where every time you see them, you're like, dude, your head is growing an inch. Every time I see you. Yeah, the benefit of that, though, and I'll say this to people who are ugly in high school, is something I've noticed, is that when you have a bad feature in high school, your head is smaller, so your bad feature is even bigger.
Yeah.
But then you kind of, some people like their noses don't seem as big now as they did when we were in high school because the rest of their head and body have gotten bigger. Now it kind of works.
Yeah.
So if you got a bad feature, I would say be patient. It might work out for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and going back to the, like we were skiing a lot, but nothing makes me happier than working it at the gym, And I'm just like, like we'd ski and I'm like, please, can we go to the YMCA? I need to do sprints right now.
Dude, you and I are so similar, man. I went to the gym every day. I was in the mountains. I didn't ski or snowboard once.
Yeah.
I said I retired.
Yeah.
All it does is make my feet hurt. I get genuine pleasure from working out. It regulates me.
Yeah.
I feel like myself in the gym. Yeah.
We climbed up the mountain. Best time of my life.
Coming down.
No, going up. I was like, this is...
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is awesome. I was like...
the part that sucks for everybody else.
Yeah, I'm such a masochist. I just love climbing shit.
Well, because you probably associate, you're like, I keep doing that, but I think you, for you, oh, well, if it's hurting me, it means I'm growing from it.
Yeah, something like that. And then it's just such a real goal. You climb the mountain. Like, you either do it or you don't. And it's just like...
Miley Cyrus, it's the climb.
And then I played that song. And then you start... we started in the dark too, which is cool.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was like 5 a.m. because you want to get up there before the lifts start, and we were just trekking up, and I loved it. But you burn so much, you get so hot because, you just burn so much energy that I started with like a ski jacket, sweatshirt, and like 3 shirts underneath, and then by the end I was just down to my shirts.
You were shirtless up there.
And it was like 10 degrees.
Dude, it's cold in the mountains.
Yeah.
Breaking.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you like the cold?
I don't like it.
Me neither.
I could do without it. Southern California is cold right now, and I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah.
So I overtrained over Christmas.
What kind of workouts did you do?
I came back with like shoulder issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like my low back was all fucked up.
You need some cryo.
I just worked out legs like super hard and was doing like squats and deadlifts, and then I did chest and back and went harder than I normally do because I don't work out that hard. And then I did shoulders, like kettlebell shoulders, and I went like with like hang cleans and like clean and jerks and stuff.
Yeah.
Came back from vacation, I could barely move.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was at the gym today, dude, and I had some horrible epiphanies. I was training with our buddy, I was working out with our buddy Robert, and I was doing his workout, and we were going hard, and it was like upper body stuff. And he's like, how many reps is that? And I was like, 11. He's like, no, it's 7. And every time I count my reps, I'm skipping like 2 or 3.
Oh, really?
I say 7, it's only 4. And so every time I work out by myself, which is like 2 or 3 times a week for the last couple of years, I've been lying.
Dude, that's a mind fuck.
I've been tricking myself. So I've been doing not that heavy and low rep.
Dude, I know you're hurting right now, but
I know.
Every time I talk to Graham, he's like, Parr gets it in.
That's nice.
He's a beast in the base.
Thanks, Graham.
So you may have thought it may have been just a one-timer thing, but that also makes me think maybe I'm not sprinting as much. Maybe it's 10 instead of 20 minutes.
You wouldn't make that mistake.
I think I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Maybe I didn't climb that mountain.
You did climb that mountain.
I got to like the first lift, and I'm like, God damn, that was awesome.
That's me. I'm that guy.
Yeah,
and I'm pumped on it. But the fact that I was doing this self-deception.
Well, as long as you think you did it.
I feel good.
Yeah.
But from now on, I'm going to do rep 10 5 times so I can make sure I'm getting it.
10, 10, 10, 10.
And then I said something crazy today at the gym. I said we were working out upper body again, and I was going harder than I normally do. And my biceps started. I don't really work out biceps that much. And at a certain point, I said, I don't think I like the pump.
Really?
I don't like the feeling of the pump anymore. I used to live for it.
Yeah. Why not?
It just hurts. It's sore. I'm like, I want to be able to move my hands freely.
Yeah. It's more appreciative of like stretching and stuff.
Yeah, I like limberness more now.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Because then I'm going to be able to dodge a car that comes at me in traffic, you know, or, someone who tries to grab my ass.
You can dodge bullets too, like Keanu.
I mean, I'm not going to punch the person who tries to grab my ass right away, but if I tell them that was inappropriate and they try to do it again, then it could get physical at that point. Because I've been polite.
You'd be able to like turn around quickly and like assess the situation.
Yeah. Be like, hey.
Yeah. Does your ass get grabbed a lot?
Hardly ever. I have like hot guy friends who are like, dude, that bar, like 5 chicks grabbed my ass. I was like, nice. Yeah, I got 0 of that. Is that happening to you a lot?
It's pretty sweet.
They're like, yeah, it happens to me a lot. They're like, dude, if I didn't have a girlfriend, I'd be fucking in a lot of trouble. I'm like, you have a girlfriend too. Some guys just make out like bandits, huh? But you know what? Dude, it's funny, like picking my dad's brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know if you have this with your dad, but like my dad won't acknowledge what a psycho he is sometimes, and he's a great guy, but he's like super intense, and like But when I ask him to like reflect on his life, he just like will be like, "No, come on, I always wanted the best for everybody. I just tried my best."
Yeah.
It's like this super like cookie cutter answer, and I'm like, dude, Dad, we're talking man to man.
Yeah.
Let me see the demon a little bit. And
Yeah.
so I was like, Dad, did you want to like when you were in hair care? Because my dad ran a hair care company. I'm like, did you want to like cut your competitors' heads off? Did you just like in the morning like go in the mirror and be like, I'm just gonna destroy like Avion shampoo today? And he was like, no, never. And I was like, come on. And then he was like, there was this one guy, John Frieda. He was talking shit on us to a bunch of different reps. So I went up to him at a conference and I said, you come out of your mouth again about me, I'll knock you out. And he's like, you got that message? I was like, yeah, feed me, Dad.
That's awesome.
And then he goes, and you want to know something? After they sold John Frieda and he got his nut, his wife divorced him that day. What does that tell you about the guy?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a move.
Yeah.
He sold it later.
My dad was like, it's proof of him being an asshole.
Yeah. Hey, it just goes to show. Be nice, Stokers.
Be nice.
Yeah, you know, I have nieces and nephews, and I love my nieces and nephews. I have 7. But sometimes I feel like they just don't get that I'm a savant of Stoke.
What are they missing? I know it. I'm not saying like I know what they're missing, but how are they missing it?
I don't know, dude. You know, maybe I just set my expectations too high. You know, you have nieces and nephews, and you expect them to come up to you and just be like, God damn, you're awesome. But then it's like a lackluster enthusiasm, and you're like, what do I have to do to impress you?
I want to give you a green light here because I see a lot of potential for gold. I want you to grill these little motherfuckers.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah, what's going on? Like, you're going to want to be boys with me, okay? Or chick, or whatever girls call boys.
I have that too with my cousins.
Yeah.
Like this year they were a little bit cooler than me. And I
Yeah.
was like, I got news for you.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even mean it like I'm cool. I mean I know more.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And if I'm saying it to you, it's because it's right.
Yeah. It's like, do not, don't just walk past me, okay? You're gonna want to invest in this now.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna want this relation in like 10 years. You're gonna be like, Uncle Chad, let's hang out. And I'm like, well, when you were 4, you gave me a lot of shit, so forget you.
And I might be being self-conscious. My like cousin-in-law or something, my step-cousin, great guy. He's 17. He's got beautiful eyelashes. So I go, Elliot, you got some fucking... No, sorry, his name's not Elliot. I'm like, you got some... I got to get this shit straight. I'm like, you got some fire eyelashes. And he's
Yeah.
like, thanks. Yeah, my mom tells me that.
Yeah.
And then that's not even a bad response, but I felt like they were looking at, maybe I'm just self-conscious,
Yeah.
but they were looking at me a little sideways afterwards. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's a nice thing to say, all right?
Yeah.
And I'm making you aware of a detail that you wouldn't have noticed at that age. But as you get older, people notice these details.
Yeah. I mean, you're so good at noticing those things in people.
You get it. You see,
Yeah.
if I say that to you, you're like, dude, thank you for noticing this thing.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. You notice those little details and like things that you read into people, and for your own family members to like take that for granted.
We got skill sets, and these kids are
Yeah.
looking at us like we don't have something to give.
Yeah. It's like, dude, when you start drinking beers, man.
You think they're going to be bigger schmucks?
What? No. I'm just thinking.
Where'd you go right there?
I'm just thinking they'll want to relate more to me.
Right.
They'll want this relation.
They'll want you at the party.
And it's like, dude, you need to invest now. When the stock is, wherever it is
Affordable.
Yeah, when the stock is affordable, soon it's gonna be Google. Okay, so
Yeah.
invest now. Don't try to buy in when it's already.
This stock has dividends, dude.
Yeah.
You pay out every month on
Yeah.
the pod, baby.
And yeah, I get they're like 4 years old, so maybe they're not consciously aware of Stoke, but
But if you don't correct it now,
yeah, I mean, maybe I should I don't know, just like send them like a DM or something. I don't even know if they have social media yet, so I don't know how to get in touch, but maybe just like send them like a freaking Bernstein Bears book and be like, and like maybe like cross out the pages and be like, you can read this when you acknowledge that I'm cool.
Wow. So you're gonna give them like a FU gift?
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a gift where you can't read it, and then they'll be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like ignore you. And I'm like, here's the real Bernstein Bears book.
I can visualize that moment where they come to Jesus and realize they need to,
Yeah,
kiss the ring a little bit.
because your personality gets developed at that age. So I need to instill that seed of like, respect your Uncle Chad.
You got like 6 months before they're set in stone.
Yeah, before I'm fucked. But
Dude, I gotta pee real quick. I'll be right back.
all right. What up, Stokers? It's just me, Chad, right now. Hey, how's it going? What's going on with you guys? I'm feeling good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I just had my green juice and a pipe burst in my apartment, and so now there's like big ass dryers everywhere, and it just makes me think, like before there were dryers, like what did people do when pipes burst? That would really suck ass, because then if your pipe bursts, you'd be like, man, I wish there was some like thing that sucks air that could dry this off, but then all you're left with is like Charmin or no, like Brawny paper towels. And yeah, they have good pickup power, like the double quilt or whatever the fuck. Like it picks it up good, and I really trust the dude in the fucking flannel. But I'd have to go ahead and venture a freaking notion here that big ass dryers work better than Brawny. No disrespect to Brawny though, like major props to you guys, but just like I'm gonna do an anti shout out to pipes, dude. Like if you are a pipe, like you have one job, and it's to not burst, and if you burst, then you fuck the whole game up. So we got JT coming back in. How was that pee, dog?
It's pretty good, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Dude, so did you see that article I sent about the 4 cops in New York that were in like love affairs with each other, like
Yeah.
a lot of adultery, and
Yeah.
the force took their guns away. They were like, yeah, you guys can't have guns until you cool down a little bit.
That's smart of them.
So smart.
Yeah. That's sort of that. Maybe that's how they should dictate gun control. It's like, if passion's high, take that gun.
Right. Yeah, it's like, have you been through a breakup
Yeah.
recently? You don't get a gun. And then it's like, have you never been through a breakup? You
Yeah.
don't get a gun. Because then it's one of those guys who's like mad at the world for not getting laid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those should be the questions.
Yeah. Have you had sex
Yeah.
in the last couple of years? If the guy says no, you're like, I'm going to take that AR-15 back. Sorry about that.
What was the breakup like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it cordial?
Yeah. What are the first 3 words that come to your mind when you think about your ex? And he's like, lies, hurt, and justification. You're like, okay.
I'll see you later.
Let me get that. Yeah. And then did you see that article about the 98-year-old dude who took steroids, like or did blood doping in a marathon?
He was 98?
Something like that. He was in his
Okay.
90s.
Damn.
And so they had to
I missed that detail.
rules are rules.
Yeah.
They scrubbed him off the record books.
Damn.
And he was only competing against himself.
I was they're like, dude, you didn't need to do these.
Well, I thought the other way. I was like, let him do it.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just trying to set a new personal standard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I read in part of the article that like it was like there's some complications, like there was some of the meat he was eating.
That's what everyone says.
Oh, okay.
Every time they get caught, they're like, it was bad meat. Like there's like clenbuterol in the meat. That's what Canelo Alvarez said.
Yeah.
Or John Jones just got in trouble.
Yeah.
And they said it was from the same steroids he took like 2 years ago. Even though they said it was like a super small dose then.
Yeah.
I think all these people just have like good excuses, even the 98-year-olds.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, but that was some fucking. I like an old guy still being like, hey, if I'm going to die, I'm going out on my shield.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be pretty ripped.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do as best I can. Like, my competitive spirit has diminished 0.
Yeah.
I'm 98 and I'm here to win.
That guy's in the fight.
Absolutely. All right, should we get to some questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
From Mike. What up? I discovered the pod a few days ago and have been crushing through old episodes ever since. Love the positivity. So here's my situation. I live in the ATL and have lived in Georgia for my whole life. I'm a few years out of college and currently live in a house with my bros. It's sick. It is sick. Cheap rent, and I get to hang with my dogs all the time.
Nice.
Low key, I love the corporate work life and get stoked on the grind. I have the opportunity to get a promotion, but it requires that I move to the frickin' burbs of Ohio. I don't know anybody in Ohio and would be starting from square one. I've always thought of moving away and getting a fresh start for a couple years, but I always imagined somewhere dope like NYC, SF, or Denver. Not Ohio. Low-key, I feel like Ohio is dark, cold, and sad. I'm sure there's some stokers there, so no disrespect, but I'm just speaking my truth. We appreciate that. JT, I feel like you mentioned you moved. Do you have any advice or input on my dilemma? I think I just want to go for it and move to Ohio and commit to this struggle, but I'm afraid I'll just get super bummed out there and have trouble finding some new dogs. Peace, Mike.
I missed the first details. So
He's stoked on his job. He's stoked on his home situation. He definitely wants to move up in the business world, but he's just not sure if he wants to go to Ohio to do it because he's worried that it's sad, dark, and cold.
And that's where it's supposed to happen?
And that's where the move is. The promotion's in Ohio.
Okay.
And he's in Atlanta right now, which I've been to once, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's a big move from Atlanta to Ohio.
Yeah, and speaking about my move, I moved from Southern California to New York, back to Southern California, which are both kind of like, I think really desirable places to move to and from.
Yeah.
I would tell this dude that I think another promotion will come down the road, so stay patient.
Yeah.
And maybe, unless it's like such a dream job and bump that you have to take it, but I think you would have mentioned that. So I think just be patient and a new promotion might come along in a place that kind of suits your social life and your day-to-day a little better.
Yeah, I agree. I would, for me, location is huge. And if I'm in the wrong location, not happy. Yeah, I'd assess how much you need the promotion, because if it's like a situation, where it's not that huge, and you can like you said hold out and get a possibly get a better one, get one on an equal level down the road in a cool location, or even in Atlanta, then hold out for that.
That's the move. Yeah, dude, brass tacks. I think you got to it. Location is huge.
Yeah.
My dad always used to say about every business, you go location, location, location.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to have to hit the booth if you go to Ohio, the tanning booth.
It's not as fun as getting in the sun.
No.
But I understand it.
Yeah.
Shane, what's going on, ambassadors of Stoke? I'm coming to you guys for advice in a time of need. My squad recently boked my best bro out of the squad, and it's put me in between a rock and a hard place. My best bro doesn't burn or crush beers, and I respect him for that, but the squad doesn't. He's not comfortable partying with the boys, but he's always down to go get tacos and chill. I'd love to rekindle the fire and try to get him out of his shell and burn or enjoy a couple brews with the guys. Or should I support his decision in being straight edge and hang with him without the squad?
Dude, harsh of the squad to boke this dude for his lifestyle choices.
Yeah.
Like they boked him?
I'm wondering if it was a hard boke where they were like, they gave him the decision like in person, and they're like, you're no longer in the crew.
Yeah.
Or if it was more of like a soft boke where they're like, hey, we're just not going to text him anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not an asshole or anything. He's probably just like kind of like awkward around the squad.
Yeah, and he's not a party guy.
Yeah.
My brother's crew had a guy in college who wasn't the party guy. Like on graduation, he'd come out and have a couple brews, but for the most part, he was, an at-home guy.
Yeah.
And those guys are great.
Yeah. I mean, he's your best bro, dude. Try to rekindle.
Yeah, it takes all kinds. Yeah, and I don't think you can try to bring him out of his shell a little bit, but he might like being in his shell. It sounds like he knows who he is. So just spend time with him where it's just you two getting food and try to have a balance.
Yeah, put some lighter fluid on that, dog. For real.
Dear Chad and JT, after 2 weeks of internal struggles, I feel the only option I have left is to turn to you, Sultans of Stoke. I write to you with a question, one that has consumed my thoughts and that of my squad. At its root, this question is about the ethics of boning and where it cannot be done. First, I feel it's important to give a brief backstory. I am currently in school in the great state of Vermont at UVM, and a year and a half ago, I decided to buy a Sprinter van and convert it into a sweet road trip machine and quasi-dorm room. Cool. I'm living in it full time and it's pretty rad. It has hardwood floors, a kitchen, the works. I started out parked behind my friend's apartment, but the landlords in Burlington are very strict, and I was quickly boked and found myself without a place to park overnight. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago when a local Lutheran church a few minutes from campus agreed to let me park in their parking lot overnight for free. It's not as fun as my friend's driveway, but it does the job and is close enough to campus. Now, regardless of what your opinion of the van life might be, it's important to note that it hasn't stopped the ladies from visiting. That is important. Here's where my question comes in. Is it morally acceptable for me to bring a lady with me back to the Holy Land? I'm not very religious, but feel the need to tread lightly here. At the same time, boning is bonding. No, boning is boning. Both are true. So you can understand the quandary I'm facing. If a lady wants to get boked in the van, does the location even matter? I hope my dogs can help me work through this ethical dilemma. As always, thanks for spreading the stoke. Your work does not go unappreciated. I met a girl at a bar recently and found out she listened to your pod. We bonded hardcore. You dudes make good wingmen, even through the airways. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yes. Dude, I think it's even better that you're doing it under the supervision of God.
Whoa.
My voice just cracked.
You think God's that chill where he's like, legit?
Yeah, maybe God wants him to be like, dude, at least like give a little thanks before. So maybe you have to like kneel down and pray before you engage in the act.
Drop a couple bucks in the basket the next day.
Oh, good call.
And say thanks for the location.
Yeah, be charitable.
Yeah, that's just like having good manners.
And maybe even be charitable in the boning too.
And I think the other thing that's crucial here is he's not doing this in an intentionally disrespectful way. Like it'd be one thing if you were like, hey, get in the van. I'm going to drive us to somewhere we shouldn't bone, which I would understand too, because it adds a little excitement, but you don't want to be disrespecting someone's belief system.
Yeah.
So if you're just there and she's there, I think, I don't want to say God's down with it, but I'm good with it.
Dude, I think,
and I hope God's down with it.
I always imagine God being like, sort of like a bro who's just like, you know, reads the Kama Sutra and he's like super down with boning, you know, he's like,
that's Eastern philosophy too. So your God like
hell yeah,
goes both hemispheres.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's like, you know, the guy's probably like praying to him. He's like, dude, can I bone in your parking lot? And the guy's like, dude, do a freaking wheelbarrow. Like, get after it. Do reverse cowgirl. Like, do your thing.
But are there any parts where God would be like, nah, not there?
Maybe anal. He's like, I didn't intend for that. That was Pornhub.
Next up, Marshall. What up, Chad and JT? So I'm usually a man of peace, but I am currently in the midst of a heated debate with my bros, which is seriously taking a fill in our stoke tank. So we cannot decide who would win in a fight between a grizzly bear and a silverback gorilla. To give you some specs on the fight, I know the specs. You don't have to worry about me on this one. I've done the research. It's the bear. I wish it was the gorilla. It's the bear. They're bigger, stronger, and faster. It's like there's no contest.
Really?
Yeah, Aaron, do you want in on this?
A gorilla or a bear?
Yeah, and peak grizzly bear, peak silverback gorilla.
I think the bear, yeah. The bear's got more. The gorilla's strong, but the bear's got claws.
Oh, shit. Claws.
And I think I heard that a bear slap, if a grizzly hits a full strength slap on a tiger, it could break its back.
Shit.
That's the kind of power we're dealing with bears.
Dude, bears are like, and they run fast too. I feel like I must say though, I feel like gorillas are probably good with like visualization, and they have more of a Conor McGregor kind of flair. So they'd sort of step into the ring with like more of like a like, what's up, dude? Like, I visualize this win, so I'm gonna boke your ass. And then the bear's kind of like, what? Like, I'll fuck you up. So,
dude, I like the
mindset.
It's rare to like perceive the winner in an animal contest as the one with like winning the mental edge or the war games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is true. Like if the gorilla trains and like can study, it's got a better shot than the bear.
Like, dude, if the gorilla crushed some law of attraction YouTube vids before, I think you could do it.
That helps in a fight?
Well, maybe to visualize the win.
Right.
I don't even think bears are aware of visualization.
Of wins.
Yeah. They're kind of like, dude, stay away from my cubs. I'm going to go eat berries and salmon. What do you think?
I mean, I think the bear's going to whoop ass, but you're even saying like the bear might not even know to whoop ass.
Yeah.
Where the gorilla's like, oh, dude, he doesn't even know we're in a fight. Just
Yeah.
chokes him out real quick.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about their diets too. Aren't bears are carnivores for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
and gorillas are vegetarian, are they not?
Oh,
right.
dude.
Well, now you know where Chad's going.
That completely flips the argument.
Hi, Chad and JT. Huge fan of the pod. You guys are the freaking men. I need some relation advice. I've been talking to this guy for a year now, and he's probably one of the best guys I have ever met. He is funny, caring, and just an all-around perfect guy. We talked or hung out just about every day over the last year. We have been intimate, and have even stayed the night at each other's places. I would say he was my best friend, but we weren't an official couple. We have had a snap streak going for a solid 156 days, and it recently ended about a week ago, and haven't really talked since. I kept the streak going for 2 days without him responding, but he never responded, so I said, fuck it. If he wants to save it, he can. But I got the hint that he didn't want to talk to me. I sent the next snap a few days after, and we had a few back and forths, but it didn't really go anywhere. Then he snapped me the next day saying, literally, fuck today. And I said, why? He opened, but did not respond. Since then, there has been zero communication between us. Was that him reaching out and looking for me to follow up again, or did he just ghost me? Should I reach out or let him come to me? I'm thinking let him come to me. I feel like my heart just broke and I've been crying quite a bit, but the silver lining is I've been hitting the gym heavy in the last week and got super swole to have a huge comeback. Right on. Please give me any advice that you can help with me in this trying time. My reading is terrible today.
I haven't noticed. So you sent a snap saying literally fuck today?
Yeah. And then she tried to follow up and he was unavailable or didn't respond.
Yeah, maybe give him space then.
Yeah, I think like it's it might not be a judgment on you. Like he should be like, it's weird that he broke the streak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Without like acknowledging it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that he doesn't. It's not a sign that things are bad. He might just be like going through something.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe just give him some space and, let him. I think if he's going through something, you keep badgering him, it might bring out the result that you don't want. So I think the best move, in most situations, the best move is just to do nothing.
Oftentimes.
Yeah.
I think also at this point, it's not like egregious where he's at. Like Hannah and I are really close friends, but I'll send her text and she won't respond.
Yeah.
And she'll send me text and I won't respond. We kind of accept that the other one is going to be like a little bit selfish almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that they have stuff going on and that we can feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And now maybe you guys don't have that dynamic, but there has to be a little room for that.
Yeah.
And so if he keeps going with this shit and he's not responding like for a couple weeks and it's a longer established pattern, then you can bring it up to him. But at this point, I would just try and chill.
Yeah.
What's up, Chad and JT? It's Brody and Timmy from Minneapolis. We've lost a solid member of the squad and we need some advice. Our friend Connor has been in 2 long-term relationships that suck the life out of him and have made him completely disassociate from his bros. His last girlfriend, Chantel, took 7 years of his life, age 15 to 22, where he missed out on the golden years of childhood. He wasn't with us when we TP'd Schmoll, snuck out, or played Halo in Modern Warfare 2 tournaments. He caught her cheating shortly after they moved in together and they broke up. It was excruciating to watch him skip out on quality times with his dogs to pursue a false love. Less than a year later, he met his new girlfriend, Chandra, age 23 to 26, who seems to be a nice girl. But like his first girlfriend, he's given up his entire life for her and he's no longer stoked to kick it with the dudes. I mean, I think there's more, but I think we get it. I think this is on the dude.
Yeah.
He's the common denominator.
Yeah. You can't blame the chicks at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, they might have sucked even, but your dude is intentionally choosing these people.
Yeah. I think it's important to note, Stokers, keep investing in yourself. Make sure you keep yourself intact at all times.
Yeah, because then you're less likely to fall for
Yeah.
traps that could be very alluring, but could be traps. You
Yeah.
know? And that cuts both ways for everybody.
Yeah. Stay on your mission. And then, I think that's so I think maybe they could like exemplify that to him. But
Be the change you want
yeah.
in other Stokers.
Or send him some YouTube videos.
And dude, just party.
Yeah.
Party without him. Prove to him that you can have the most fun in the world without him.
Yeah.
Have a rager, dude.
Yeah, make him jealous.
Get all your friends up. Yeah, make him jealous. Have the best parties ever.
Yeah.
Dance.
Get jacked.
Get jacked and then dance when you're jacked.
Run like Tom Cruise.
That's what we're saying. Don't let this guy bog you down. This guy's got his own shit he's dealing with. You can't waste energy on it, baby.
Yeah. It's a tough one to see, though. But there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do.
Except exemplify.
And tell him to work on his stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't bring in the other person.
But it kind of applies to them, too. But like, stay on your mission, make sure you have a lot of fun. Don't worry about what he's doing.
This emailer's getting distracted from what matters, which is his stoke.
Yeah.
So, dude, hit the water. Are you close to the water? Get in there.
Boost your own stoke.
Boost your tea.
Oh, dude, boosting tea.
That was for you.
Thanks.
What up, boys? My name is Jared, and I love the pod. I broke up with my girlfriend about 3 years ago when she cheated on me, and we both moved on. The problem is that we both rage with the same squad. Things get awkward at these ragers, and I don't know how to go about fixing things. Thanks, bros, in advice. Thanks, bros, in advance for any advice.
What's the question?
He sees his ex at parties. They rage a lot together.
What's he want to do?
He doesn't know what to do. He wants to know what we think he should do.
Oh.
I mean, dude, rage.
Yeah.
Same advice as the last guy.
Yeah.
If you're at a rager and you're worried about her, and I get it. It can be hard, man. If I ran into one of my exes at some parties, I might leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if she's going to be at all the parties, at a certain point, I'm going to have to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And the way I would deal with it is raging the best I can rage.
Yeah. Really get after it.
Get after it. And not even in a way to like flaunt to her, but in a way to just be like, I can have a good time no matter what.
Yeah, just like I'm becoming my best self.
Right.
And then maybe she'll be like, wow, he's becoming his best self. And you're like, what? Oh, I didn't even see you there.
There could be that sweet aspect of revenge through improvement.
Yeah. Like that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Just sort of get on that path and just like, you'd be like, wow, his pecs are really defined. And you're like, what? Oh, I didn't even see you right there. That's what it's going to be like because you're advancing so much that she'll be like there and you'll be like, I didn't even notice.
Get ripped, get shirtless at these parties.
Yes.
And make sure other people are getting shirtless so it doesn't seem like you're just doing it for that. You know what I mean? You gotta have a little subterfuge.
Yeah.
You gotta get all the boys to go, hey, rip one of your boys' shirts off. And then he's like, crazy fuck. Then he rips your shirt off, you're shirtless.
But if he instigates it, then he's like they'll be like, wow, like whatever his name is, freaking is the most confident guy at this party because he got everyone to take
Alan.
their shirts off.
I don't know, but let's call him Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan got everybody shirtless.
I like the one just dude.
Guys, little tidbit, and I'm sorry, you guys do such a great job writing the questions, but the more interesting the subject, the more likely we are to pick it. Yeah. So really get specific and tantalizing with the subjects.
So,
dude, I was at Black's Beach, and I saw this guy with his cock ring on.
Really?
Like the biggest dong I've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, he bought that and put that on.
How many boxes is that guy checking?
Right?
But if you do have a huge cock and you have a cock ring, you're definitely going to Black's Beach. That's a nudist beach.
Dropping dong.
Yeah. You've got a lot to show people.
Dude, it was flopping.
And that guy's only got one place in the world where he can really show off who he is.
Dude, he was in a power pose. He's like, I'm not lying down. I'm standing up. Everyone's got to see this.
I love that.
Yeah.
One of the most critical things when you're naked is to establish, for me, it's not like an intimidating pose, but a confident pose.
Yeah.
establish dominance.
No, because I don't want, there's no sexual, that sounds sexual. I don't want there to be a sexual component. It's like a comfort thing.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with this dong drop.
Sorry.
Black's Beach is also unofficial. It's not actually a official nude beach.
Oh, really?
Dude, I
I believe so.
I was there one day this summer. I saw all kinds of things. I'm talking beaver.
Oh, really?
I saw beef.
What'd that do for you?
I was stoked.
Dude, it is pretty cool.
I ran into the ocean with a little more zest.
Yeah, you're going to perform a little bit more.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to surf right in front of you.
What up, Chad and JT? My two friends who are currently roommates and were best friends are having some serious friction because Bro 1 is dating Bro 2's sister. However, Bro 2 never talks to his sister but is mad at Bro 1 after Bro 1 asked for Bro 2's blessing and Bro 2 gave his approval. What Bro 2's beef is if he doesn't maintain a relationship with his sister and gave his blessing anyways. What's Bro 2's beef if he doesn't maintain a relationship with his sister and gave his blessing anyways? It's setting everyone's stoke meter to an all-time low every time we go over to their place to chill. Help us help them. So I think the bro gave approval for the other bro to date his sister, but he wasn't being truthful.
So he's pissed still?
I think he felt like obligated. Maybe he was like, yeah, you can do it. But underneath it, he's like, nah, fuck this. And that's what's coming through.
Maybe they should get sock and boppers and just go at it.
Yeah. Settle this through honorable combat. Get that
Yeah.
energy out. See how you feel afterwards, and then reassess.
Yeah, like it's safe.
And if you guys don't want to like get headaches, because like boxing, it's a nasty headache afterwards. Talk over chess and beers.
Yeah. Dude, have them watch the original Fast and the Furious. See how Dom handles it.
I think Dom was like, yeah. In the end, he was proud.
Yeah, I think what this guy needs to do, because this guy probably feels threatened, the guy who has the sister, he should be like, you break her heart, I break your neck.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You nailed it. Because Dom knows that Brian's intentions are earnest.
Yeah.
If this guy is like being fast and loose with your sister, then you have full permission to be like, dog,
Yeah.
I'm not all right with that. But if your sister's like, I am all right with that, then what do you do? Like if Mia was like, yeah, I just want to have casual sex with Brian.
Yeah.
What would Dom have done? I guess he would have been okay with it, right?
He'd have to be.
As long as Mia's okay with it.
Yeah, he'd have to be, I guess.
But dude, if you love your dog though, if your relationship was with your dog before
Yeah.
the sister,
Maybe
is your
that's
loyalty to your dog.
maybe that's what's causing the beef, is because he's like, I know this dude, and I wouldn't say he's the most honorable with the ladies.
Whoa.
But or maybe he's an honorable dude with the ladies.
You don't think I'm good enough for your sister?
Yeah.
You don't think I'm good enough for your sister?
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah? What about when Gino Montoya was going to take a bat to the back of your head and I defended you? I had your back there. Or what about the time you didn't have any money and we were at the taqueria and I bought you those 10 tacos?
You think I haven't seen you with those whores?
Wait, don't call them that. They're nice girls. Yeah, they make a living. Yeah.
I see you with those whores every day at the back of Burt's.
It's not every day.
It's every day.
Oh, yeah, guess who was there with me most those days? You.
Don't bring me into this.
You.
No.
And your dad.
Ah, shit. Don't bring my dad into this.
Look, I didn't want to, all right? I'm not here to sandbag your family.
It doesn't matter to you that my dad bangs whores.
I'm here to love your family.
My dad did.
Stop calling them that.
Sorry.
Sex workers.
It doesn't matter that my father bangs sex workers.
I don't think it matters either. I think your dad's fun, and I have a good time with them when we do that. But like I told you, I'm taking a little break from that, and I'd like to take your sister to
Oh, a little break? It should be indefinite, Chief.
Well, I don't want to get cocky, but I'd like to take your sister out for food.
Where?
It's a good question.
Il Fornaio or bust.
I'll get a reservation then.
Get her Angel her pasta.
Is that what she likes?
I don't know. That's what I like.
It's a good suggestion. She's got a good palate like you. You're a good guy.
Oh, you're too kind.
No, you're too kind. I'm sorry I did this. I fucked everything up.
How about I take you to dinner?
That'd be really nice.
Beautiful.
There it is, guys.
Sorry for the whores.
No, it was real.
I was just thinking of Sopranos.
I mean, imagine if in Goodfellas they didn't use the language they actually used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just thinking of Ralph.
Ralphie, he was the best at saying that too. And he loves the movie Gladiator.
Does he?
Yeah, he always brings it up.
That's hilarious.
He's like always doing quotes from it. He's like, strength and honor. He's like all fucked up on cocaine. The guys are all looking at him sideways.
Yeah.
And Ralphie sort of wanted to be a whore,
Yeah.
a sex worker.
Yeah.
Because he'd have Janice dildo him and he'd pretend he was a woman of the night.
Yeah.
Complicated guy. We're about to feature a new segment on the podcast. It is the Surf Apparel mission statement of the week. Chad, what is our mission statement this week?
This comes from our dogs at Ruka. Ruka, if you want to sponsor the pod, we would not be opposed. Just letting that go out there. Ruka mission statement. For Ruka, it is about today, tomorrow, and life as the big picture. It is about inspiring our generation, providing something of substance and culture, and above all, doing it with integrity and as a united family, a close-knit community. Beautiful mission statement, Ruka.
As read by General Patton, dude.
Right?
You.
Oh, thank you. I thought you said you wrote it. I don't even know who that is.
I got like a vague idea. He was like our Western Front leader, I think, in World War II.
Oh, beast.
Yeah.
He probably gave the order to save Matt Damon.
Dude, I heard a good critique of Saving Private Ryan.
Hit me.
The screenwriter William Goldman, I was reading his book of essays, and he was saying the flashback, the fact that it's Matt Damon's character's flashback, makes no sense because he wasn't there for the first 3/4 of the movie. It should have been Edward Burns having the flashback.
Yeah.
And he should have been talking at Tom Hanks's grave and said, he turned out to be a pretty good guy. Maybe not as good as anybody, but pretty good. And it would have had a little more of like a melancholy, realistic ending.
That's interesting.
I know. He kind of he's a good screenwriter, so he knew how to nail it.
Yeah. Wow. That does make, yeah, it's true. Yeah, Matt Damon didn't know Vin Diesel.
And he had another good point. No, he doesn't. He had another good point that instead of them just agreeing to stay and fight for Private, because Private Ryan won't leave, he was like, they should have just tried to go home at that point and then seen the tanks coming and be like, hey, we have to go back and fight anyways.
Yeah.
Because it didn't really make sense that they stayed to fight after he didn't want to go.
Yeah.
But they are heroes.
Yeah, they're heroes for sure.
I'm going to give another look to this Ruka statement. It's legit.
It's legit.
The mission statement's legit.
To be honest, I don't really know what they're trying to say except like inspire, but they have fire apparel, so.
Yeah, it's more vague than our New Year's resolutions, but
Yeah.
it's all positive.
Yeah. I think they're like, all right, guys, we need 4 words in here. Inspiring, generation, culture, and community.
Good words.
Yeah.
I like how they're like, it's about today, tomorrow, and life as the big picture. I'm like, so it's about everything? You can't really write that, though. It loses a little bit of the poetry if you're just like, it's everything. And anything else you think of. Ruka. That was fun, though, dude. I think that's going to be a fire segment. I'm curious to hear the rest of them.
Yeah. Shout out to the Stoker who suggested that. Hit me with your Instagram handle because I lost it in the DMs, but I'll give you a shout out.
Thank you, Benevolent Stoker.
Yeah.
Dude, if you had to bet which company is going to have the best mission statement by the time we finish this exploration, which would you go with?
Easy. Volcom.
You didn't even hesitate.
Who do you think?
I think Hurley.
Ooh.
All right, dude. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is Bill's Tattoo Parlor. This is my brother Bill's tattoo parlor. When we were kids, when we were like, ages 5 to like 15, we would often go to visit Bill's Tattoo Parlor. What was the tattoo parlor? It was my brother drawing on us with a Sharpie, and we were sitting in a chair. And dude, he laid down some fire tattoos on us. Like my favorite one was I got a neck taco. It was beautiful. I remember during my birthday party, I got like a pirate on my ass, or like a skull. I don't even remember what it was, but like everyone at the party was watching me just getting like a skull drawn on my ass by my brother. And like, dude, there's some days when we would hit the tattoo parlor, my whole body was covered in Sharpie, Like I remember one time actually in high school, we hit the parlor hard, and he gave me like a bow tie. He gave me like a friggin' mustache. He gave me loafers, like he drew loafers on my feet, and just like, tons of dicks as always. And of course a neck taco, and just my whole body was covered in Sharpie. And I showed up to water polo practice. Coach was less than stoked, but I was like, you know what? You just haven't been to the parlor. So I want to give a shout out to Bill's Tattoo Parlor. Thank you, Big Brother Bill, for drawing on me and drawing all kinds of dicks and like all kinds of different things like neck tacos and loafers. And hit us back with some, if you're listening to this, hit us back with some suggestions of like stuff you want, stuff that you drew that you remember, because my memory's a little fuzzy because there's so much ink on my bod. I felt like Kat Von D in male child form. I can't explain the stoke from that. So that's my legend. What's your legend?
That's awesome, dude.
Thanks.
It sounds like a good time. Dude, do you mind if I rip my tee off?
Rip it.
Thanks, dude.
You hot?
Dude, my legend of the week is therapy and podcasts that give advice. So I am including us in our legend of the week.
Nice.
Because, dude, I saw this Polish movie last night called Cold War, and it's about this really like dramatic romantic relationship that takes place in like partially in like Soviet Russia. And this couple is like really gnarly to each other, but they're really in love. And like every time they make out, they like walk away from each other and they run together and they make out. But then they end up doing kind of bad things to each other that really impact their life, but they can't quit one another. And I was like, dude, and my friend Dustin came up with this guy's super with it. He was like, dude, like they needed like a therapist or a podcast that they could write into and be like, hey, my girlfriend and I are like getting each other in trouble and now we're stuck in a work camp in like Warsaw for 10 years. And it's like, dude, if you would have written in before that, we would have been like, dude, we know you really love this girl. And I think she really loves you too, but you guys are toxic for one another. And what you need to do is focus on improving yourself and staying in Paris where you have more rights. Because, dude, honestly, they were so bad to one another, you couldn't even blame Soviet Russia. You were like, dude, you're kind of fucking up. I wouldn't even put the onus on, you know, the big red. And so had he had that podcast then, or had he had a therapist then, it would have been someone who could be like, yo, this is called codependency, dude. And while it looks like a lot of fun, in the long run, it might not be the best thing for you.
Wow.
So what up to therapy and what up to podcasts that give advice?
Nice. That's beautiful.
Thank you, dude. Dude, who is your babe of the week?
My babe of the week is Mount Baldy in Sun Valley, Idaho. Dude, we conquered you. Yeah, my brothers and I, we set out on a mission to go anti-chairlift and climb the freaking mountain. We got some skis with skins on the bottom. And it was a cold week, dudes. We emerged that morning. It was about 10 below. 10 below. And I was wearing a hoodie, ski jacket, Pit Viper shades, a freaking headband. I was wearing my bacon beanie first, and a bunch of layers. And we just like, you know, those first 10 minutes, I was like starting to feel the cold. I'm like, damn, like there's not many people out here. You know, you see an occasional like dude on a friggin' snow jet ski, ripping through, but like he's not stopping for us. I could get frostbite, and you know what the fear of frostbite made me do? Work harder and just keep going up that hill. In Mount Baldy, I just want to give you props. You are a babe, because when I got to the top, my endorphins were going through the roof. I felt like a freaking tank. I felt so good. It's because of you, for being a mountain, for the tectonic plates that created you so that I could conquer you and then feel good about myself. Just know, Mount Baldy, because you're such a babe, you made one dude feel really good about himself. And then you made that dude shotgun a Monster Energy.
Dude, I love picking a babe with an unconventional body type like that.
Thanks, dude. Shout out to tectonic plates.
Huge shout out.
Yeah. What's your babe?
Dude, my babe is a redux from one that Mr. Joe Marisi did. It's Julie.
Ooh.
So Julie is one of Joe's best friends. I live with Joe, and as a result, I've spent a lot of time with her. And Joe's right, man. She's awesome. Like, she goes above and beyond in these really subtle ways. Like, you'll text her and be like, hey, I'm bothering her, because I'm always asking her for advice, mainly with like how I correspond with women.
Mm-hmm.
And she just has great advice, because, dude, we respond so emotionally. You know what I mean? We're always scared that they don't like us, or we're worried we're coming on too strong or not enough.
Yeah.
And she can just like settle me down. And she always takes the time to explain it to me. And, you know, sometimes she makes little jokes at my expense, but I know she's just like, you know, busting balls, and it makes us closer. And then I give it back to her a little bit in subtle ways, and then we just go.
Yeah.
And it's really been enriching. And she's just awesome. And yeah, I feel blessed to have her in our lives. And thanks for all the good advice, Julie. And she's just super fun to like go get lunch with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what's the main thing you've taken from her advice?
It's always different.
Yeah.
Like one night, this girl like responded to me at like 1 a.m. and she said something kind of funny, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't respond, right? And then she was like, no, this is where you respond. And then we talked for 2 hours.
Oh, interesting.
Messaging back and forth, just like ripping on like Laguna Beach, the show, and A Star Is Born. And like afterwards, I was like, whoa. We had so much fun.
Why'd she say this is when you respond?
She was like, she's trying to have fun with you right now. Like, she's trying to connect with you.
Oh.
Yeah, and I couldn't read that. So
Yeah.
I was like stuck in like, oh, don't respond mode, because I don't
Yeah.
want to come across like I want it too much. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, this is where you go.
Yeah.
And then there was other points though where I wanted to go, and she's like, no, chill.
Yeah.
And it just helped to have like, because we try to help people, but it's tough, man. Nobody knows what the secret. There is no secret.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are complicated, and it's hard to connect. And Julie connects with me through helping me with this stuff.
Yeah.
And other stuff too. She like redecorated our place. It's not just about that. Like she's good advice on the career. She's just cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And man, I was like, I'm not going to be like Joe. I was like trying to be like tough. Like I was like, it's hard to win me over. And then like after a week, I was like,
Yeah.
she's the coolest.
That's awesome. Shout out to Julie.
All right, dude, who is your beef of the week?
Dude, I forgot. I didn't even realize I forgot to write one down. I think I was working on feeling good.
I love that, dude. You're feeling good every day. You didn't have any space for beef.
Yeah. Let me.
No, you're a beast, dude.
Yeah.
You don't gotta conjure the beef.
I don't have a beef, Stokers. It's 2019. I'm ready to freaking go. My beef is with not playing Walking on Sunshine when driving.
The slate is clean, dude. You're
Yeah.
beefless.
Yeah. Beefy. What's your beef?
Dude, I was in Wyoming and I went to the $1 Million Cowboy Bar with some old family friends, and I put some quarters on a billiards table to play. And when I walked up when it was my turn, this lady was like, "Hey, my quarters were there first." And I was like, "Nah, mine have been here for a while." She's like, "No, my quarters were here first." And I was like, "No," I was really nice. I was like, "No, I'm being serious. Like, my quarters were here first." And then she was like going back and forth with me about it a little bit. And then at some point she just went, "Fine, if you admit that my quarters were here first, I'll let you play." And I was like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And then she jumped down to put quarters into the machine to take my game. And then so I popped down. I was like, "Yo, you can't do that." And then she was like, "You're being a jerk." And she said, "You're an asshole." And then I looked at her. I said, "No, I'm not an asshole." And then she was like, "You think you can just like take this game from me?" I'm like, "No." And then I was like, "You're being rude." And then she's like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Yeah, you just crossed over. You're being rude now."
Nice.
And I took the game. And then she walked away to her friends. And it was a couple guys. And I just put my palms up in the air. And I was like, "I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I was here first." And then I walked back to my group of friends and I was like, "I did have my quarters there first, right?" They were like, "For sure." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
And she gave me some dirty looks after that, but I just kind of gave her like a quizzical look, I guess, or like a bemused look. Like I just looked kind of confused. Like I just looked at her like, what? Like I don't know what I could have done differently, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget her.
And that was my beef.
I love it. Forget her.
Dude, what is your quote of the week?
My quote of the week comes from the band Slipknot. I was listening. My brothers and I were listening to a live album, and I was just taken away by this one quote where the guy he's introducing the song, and he's like, This next song is about a girl in a box."
What?
And then they start playing.
What's the song about?
It's about a girl in a box.
Is she all right?
I don't think so.
Dude.
But I was like, it wasn't the subject matter, but I was like, way to be concise.
Yeah.
I was stoked on how concise he was, and just like, he didn't play around. He's like, so this is about how I feel about this. He's just like, this is a song about a girl in a box. And you're like, all right, sweet. Start playing. Because he doesn't say like what kind of box it is. Like she just could be playing hide and seek.
Oh, it could be a mental box too.
Yeah.
It sounds more ominous though.
Yeah, it is Slipknot. But I was like, dude, props to you, Slipknot head lead singer, for that Hemingway style introduction. You know, concise, to the point. What's it about? It's about a girl in a box. Oh, okay, thanks.
Eloquent in its brevity.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
What's your quote?
Dude, my quote of the week is from the wonderful Emma Thompson, the actress from Love Actually and
Nice.
Sense and Sensibility and Howard's End, the last two I haven't seen. When she won for Best Screenplay in 1996 for doing an adaptation of Sense and Sensibility, written by Jane Austen, she goes, "Oh, I'm so honored. I visited Jane Austen's grave before this night to tell her about the grosses, like how much money the movie made." I was like, "You are funny, dude." And she probably actually did go to the grave and say that. She's that adorable. And I just think British people crush it when they win awards.
Yeah.
Colin Firth, when he won Best Actor for a King's Speech, he went up there and he's like, "I'm sorry, I have stirrings in my stomach that if I'm not careful might lead to dancing." And they do this like real, like fun, well-worded, jokey joke. Who can resist it?
Yeah.
And yeah, Emma Thompson, that's just so cool, you know, that you won Best Actress for Howard's End. You parlayed that juice into adapting Jane Austen. And that when you won the award, you had a good sense of humor about, hey, it is about that Jing a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shout out to Emma.
Way to go, Emma.
Anything else?
No, dude, I think that's it. Should we do some ads?
Yeah. Guys, we are brought to you, of course, by our dogs, Douglas Lubricant. Douglas Lubricant, the #1 name in lubricant in the industry. Guys, you love to bone, and you love to bone hard. So when you bone, you need to bone right. You need to bone smooth. That's why you should get Douglas Lubricant. They have tons of flavors: strawberry, orange, original, anal. And they're also going industrial. So if you have an engine, hit up Douglas for some lube, for whatever kind of lube an engine requires, because they're trying to make the move to engines now. So they're both sexual and industrial.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to do an ad for my dear friend Anthony, who was my older brother growing up de facto. He created the kind of environment where he didn't have to give me a swirly. I gave myself a swirly just so they would like hanging out with me more. And I think that speaks to his charisma and the kind of respect that he engenders from the people around him. He has turned into a wonderful winemaker. And his two different brands, Jackson Hole Winery and Premonition, just taste great. And I don't have the best palate, but I know when something's good. And these are good wines. So if you're of age, pursue them online and buy some, because he's a great guy and he's a great winemaker.
Sweet.
And as always, we're also sponsored by Danny Babona at UCI Baseball. Best pitching coach in the country. Got a brand new beautiful boy Colt in the family. He'll probably turn into an ace. And you could too if you go to UCI for baseball. They should call it UC Newport Beach because it's right there.
That's my favorite ad.
Dude,
I love Douglas too, but
No, for sure, yeah.
I love them all. I love all the sponsors.
Hey, when you get to UCI, bring some Douglas. You're going to need it.
Dude, nice. All right, guys, that'll be it for episode 52 of Going Deep with Chad and JT. Thank you guys so much for everything, for being stokers, for just
Good call, dude.
for knocking our socks off. And check out the Patreon, patreon.com/ChadGoesDeep for bonus content. And stay stoked, guys. JT?
Dude, it's braggy, but when I was in Wyoming, I met someone who told me that when their submarine that they work on comes to like level, when it comes out of the water, they download the pod.
That's awesome. It's not Denzel Washington, is it?
Close.
Sweet.
Thank you so much. That was ridiculously cool.
It's
I was jacked.
It's Sean Connery, isn't it?
Dude, same vibe, but actually a nice looking lady.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Nice.
But same vibe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. Thank you.
What up, Stokers?
That was fun.